to make a video. I never make videos, so this is new for me, so bear with me while I get out what I need to get out. So I've had this pulling to share a dream I had 20 years ago. I don't know why after 20 years do I feel compelled to tell this dream. I don't know. It's something that I need to do. Anyway, so 20 plus years ago now, I had a dream. And I'm just going to go ahead and explain my dream and tell you what happened in it. It's pretty short. I'll try to keep it very short. And you can correlate whatever ties you see from it to what I will say following. Okay, so the dream starts off. I'm with a woman, and the feeling of this woman is my sister or my spouse, my girlfriend, my wife, a very, very close woman in my life. Anyway, we go to a house or like an apartment complex or a townhouse, and we enter into the home. And when we enter into the house, there's a whole bunch of people. It's almost like there's a party, there's a celebration happening. I'm not really sure what they're celebrating, but it's a lot of people. I'd say about 80 people in this house. I'm not really focused or concerned with the party and what's going on, so I immediately go out back. I walk just straight through the party, through the house, into the backyard. And when I go into the backyard, there's nobody out there, but it is a beautiful scenery. Like, I walk out on this balcony and I'm overlooking like a small little hill, and there's a little lake in the distance, and even further in the distance there are some smaller hills, not necessarily mountains, but like small little rolling hills, but I can see that they're larger than the landscape. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's probably 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is setting, but it's still not set. It's still, I don't know, a quarter way high in the sky, but you got these beautiful oranges, these beautiful yellows and oranges in the sky. And I mean, I'm just taken back by this scenery. So I called to whoever was with me. I said, hey, come out here and look at this. Look how beautiful this is. And they come out and they stand next to me, and I'm sweating. I'm like, look at that. It's amazing. It's just so beautiful. And all of a sudden, as we're both looking out over the scenery, there are clouds in the distance. I was going to show you the clouds that are out today, but they're not similar. But they were, real clouds just sporadically set throughout the sky. And as we're looking out this scenery, and I'm just in awe of how beautiful it is, those clouds drop and cover all of what I was just looking at. They cover the mountains, they cover that little lake, they cover the buildings that I see down there, and it's almost like just white. I am sitting above the clouds now. That's what it looks like, because the clouds had fallen to cover the earth that I could see. And I kind of got this feeling of not panic but concern. And I looked at the person that I was with and I said, I gotta go down there. I gotta go see what happened, what's going on. And so we walk out of this townhouse into a parking lot. But when I walk out the front door, it is pitch black outside. There's one street light on, and in a vast of like 80 cars, and I'm running like a madman trying to not necessarily find my car, but find a car that's unlocked, a car that has keys in it for whatever reason. And as I'm running through these cars trying to figure out which car has keys in it or is unlocked, I'm seeing these like shadows dart between the cars, 2-3 cars away from me, and It's really fast. I'm just seeing like little of these black shadows. Whatever, just it kind of scares me a little bit, so I increase my looking. I come across a very old, what feels like a Buick or Oldsmobile boat type of car, like old 70 something. Anyway, I'm able to get me and whoever it was I was with in that car, and we go to drive to that town or that city or whatever it was that we just were looking at. And when we pull in, I realize it's deserted. It's a ghost town. There's nobody there. And the reason that I know that is because as we're pulling into the town, a tumbleweed rolls across the road. So it tells me deserted, ghost town, whatever. So intrigued, I stop the car and I get out, and the person I'm with gets out, and I take like 2 steps out into the street, and I'm like thinking to myself, what is going on? And I turn to look at the person that I was with, and there is somebody standing behind her. And I'm going to try to show you what they do. If I get my phone to cooperate with me. They're standing behind her, and as I go to like tell her, hey, there's somebody behind you, they from behind grab her like this and just like kind of pull them into them and backwards. And I, unfortunately, am not proud of it, but instead of trying to help her, I took off running. I started running straight down the street. And as I'm running down the street, I trip and fall. That's what it felt like. I tripped and fell. I fell flat on my face. And I like blacked out in the dream from falling. And when I woke up again, I woke up in my dream again, or I opened my eyes in my dream, and there were, if I can recall correctly, 7 or 8 beings. Now, at the time I called them angels. I would like to say that they're angels, but again, I'm not really sure. This is 20-year-old dream. They were just silhouettes. I don't know what type of entities they were. All I know is they were shrouded in black only because what was above them was bright and gold and just diminished any features they may have had to give me any more of an understanding of who or what they were. Because when I open my eyes, I'm looking straight up, and all I see are those 7 to 8 figures standing above me, and all in unison at once they reached down to touch me. Like they were all going to pick me up at the same time, and as soon as they touched me, I woke up in real life. And I struggled with that dream for a really, really long time, and I held on to it for a really long time. And since I didn't dream after that, after having such like vivid spiritual dreams up until that point, I felt like there for a while my dreams were just taken from me, or like I wasn't allowed to see things anymore, or I don't really know. But I do know that since then I haven't dreamed the same. I don't really dream at all anymore. And that dream does replay in my mind multiple times a year. There's still some understanding that I'm trying to get from it. There were other dreams that I had that I still haven't told anybody else about. They were also spiritual in nature, but I think those were just personal for me. Because I feel like I've learned the lessons from those, or I've learned the understanding from those. They don't really correlate with this last dream. I wasn't raised in a church. I really didn't know anything about the rapture until about 2020. And there was a lot of things I didn't know spiritually, or about the Bible, or about prophecy. And something happened to me in 2019, right before the pandemic. It was my 30-something, I can't remember. It's like my 35th birthday. It's my 35th birthday. No, my 34th birthday. I'm sorry. And it was days before my birthday. And I was listening to an audiobook. And I was sitting out back throwing a ball with my dog. And as I'm listening to this audiobook, I immediately drop to my knees and start bawling my eyes out of nowhere, unprompted, no reason. And I took my headphones out, and I'm a blubbering mess in my backyard out of nowhere, and I'm trying to understand what's happening to me or what's going on. Why am I just out of nowhere bawling my eyes out, crying like a little baby? And I didn't understand it then. It took maybe a whole other year before I really understood what was going on, or what that was. But ever since then, I started like looking into certain things. There are other things that have had my attention and have drawn my attention, and I I've come to the belief and the understanding that Jesus is coming back, and the rapture of the church is a thing, and there's so much going on in this world right now that I had no idea meant anything or pointed to other things. And then when I started making connections and I started drawing lines between the two things, it doesn't, there's not a coincidence, man. It's not a coincidence. My whole life motto up until understanding all of this was everything happens for a reason. And this is the reason. He's the reason. Um, I I've just been blown away by all the things I thought I knew that I didn't know, that make so much more sense when I put them together. When all the things that I worried about, all the things that I cared about in this world, nobody else did, or it didn't seem to like matter to other people. I didn't understand this world. I didn't feel like a part of it. I didn't feel like anybody else I knew. I didn't feel like this was what life was supposed to be, and I'm learning that it's not, and I'm learning that we're all supposed to be working towards and waiting for this. You're not going to find the truth on TV. You're not going to find the truth in the news. You're not going to find the truth at church, unfortunately. You want to find truth, you need to do it for yourself and let your soul tell you what you know is true. It can't lie to you. You can lie to yourself, and that's on you. That's on you. I don't want to make this video much longer. I just wanted to share my dream and share the piece of what I've learned. If you have anything to contribute, if you have any thoughts on what any of it might also simulate for you. I mean, I had this dream. I was 17 years old. And I don't know. I just hope that it helps somebody. I hope that somebody can get something from this or from me. I I believe that whoever sees this video is supposed to see this video. That God loves you and God blesses you. And don't give up. Keep looking, keep searching. You know the truth. You know the truth. And that's all you need to know. You don't need to prove it to anybody, and you don't need to convince anybody else. I I'm constantly looking up now. I wait for those clouds to fall. I wait for heaven to come to earth. Thy will be done, thy kingdom come, y'all. I love you. God loves you. Have a great day.